Good morning. If I look shattered, it's because I am. I feel like I'm slightly delirious, to be honest. This is our first full day of fostering, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because as I've been going through the process, I've found that there's not a lot of information online, to be quite honest, especially UK information. I'm in the UK, and lots of the stuff that I found was related to the US. So I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I'm gonna try, I normally daily vlog. If you are watching this and you don't know who I am, I do normally daily vlog. And so I've got a couple of videos up on the channel about fostering, which I'll try and put together down in the description. But I am a relatively new foster care. This is my first child came to me yesterday about 5 o'clock. You can watch yesterday's vlog if you want to see that. I'm so tired. I'm the type of person that goes to bed at like 9 o'clock. I'm definitely like go to bed early. It wasn't early last night, it was much later. It could have been worse, to be honest. Child settled reasonably well considering, and this is day one, and I feel, what do I feel? Quite settled, to be honest. I would imagine that I would potentially feel quite overwhelmed by it all, but I don't, to be honest. The child has gone to school this morning. We had a mad dash rush to how we managed to make it to school on time. Not quite sure, but we did manage to get to school on time. We had to go and buy some school uniform. Routine is good for kids in these types of situations. I think just generally they like kind of structure and routine, and it's good for them to do their normal routine. School is normal, so that's what we've stuck to. So we ran out and got school uniform on the way to school, and he's gone to school, and I'm assuming all is well at school. I'm gonna go and pick him up. It's actually not the morning anymore. It's, what time are we on? So like 2 o'clock. Oh, it's 2:30. Oh my goodness, it's 2:30. I'm shattered is all I can say, to be quite honest, about how I'm feeling. It's been fantastic. Like it was just, I think my situation is I'm a single mum to one almost 14-year-old, and so life's pretty easy really in terms of being a mother. It's not that difficult, and it's been a long time since I've had a young child that I look after 24/7. I used to be a childminder, so I'm used to having young children around, but them leaving, it's a bit different. They leave at 6 o'clock or whatever, and 5 o'clock, or it's a bit different when you've got them all through the night. I was gonna just vlog normally today, but I felt that I wouldn't, and I'm just very aware of going into too much detail about the whole situation, and obviously sharing things on social media. I don't want to share any personal details about the child, which obviously is a given with any foster case. I would say I'm just wanting to maybe share little bits of advice that maybe if you're just starting the process of fostering or thinking about it, or waiting for your first child, I would say that when they phone you, they will phone you up and explain, like they'll have a child that you're potentially matched with, and the things I would say is have some questions ready to ask them. So for me, it's sort of like the obvious, like name. The name actually isn't that important, to be quite honest. Their age, where do they go to school, if they go to school, if they're in education, because you don't want to, you're potentially responsible to taking them to school. Most of the time you will be responsible to taking them to school. You don't want somewhere that's too far away, that's not really doable for you, and also the kid doesn't need to be sat in the car for an hour to school, an hour back. It's too long for them, to be honest. So find out where they go to school, find out any medical information, any allergies or anything. You may have this information, you may not, it all depends, or they may have this information, I should say, to pass on to you, or they may not at all. Sometimes they don't have any information at all particularly, and you just have to kind of say yes or no based on gut instinct, I suppose. I'd also find out about what the situation is of why they're coming into care. Have they previously been in care? What is the whole situation surrounding that? Are they coming from another foster care? Is that placement broken down? Are they coming from birth mum, birth dad, another family member? What is that situation? Can just get as much as you can. Also find out about contact. Is there any contact with birth family? How often is it? Obviously that for very young babies, that can be as much as every day. The older they get, it tends to be lesser, but that's not a given. So yeah, definitely just have those questions ready and don't be afraid to think about it. I did that. I've had 3 phone calls now. The first one, I went away and thought about it, and it was a no in the end. Got back to them and said no. And another one just didn't transpire, that didn't happen. But definitely, if you need to get off the phone and speak to someone about it, speak to your support network, speak to your partner, speak to whoever you need to speak to, or just have a little mull over it yourself once you've got the details into your head, and just think about it and get back to them as soon as possible with your answer. They probably will try to rush you. They probably, you know, they'll want an answer then and there, but absolutely, you can never be sure it's the right decision to say yes or no. Of course you can't, you don't know what's gonna happen, but definitely just have a little think about it if you need to. I would say don't buy things. In this day and age, we can get things like that, you know, if you've got Amazon Prime, or there's 24-hour supermarkets all over the place. If you drive, obviously you might not be able to drive, but you can generally get stuff with it. Like we have Prime Now, yeah, Prime Now, where you can get things within a couple of hours. It's limited stuff what you can get on there, but you can get more or less anything you need within a couple of hours, I would say. So I would say don't buy things. It can be quite tempting to, but you don't need to buy things. I had a phone call, I think the first phone call was like at 1:30 yesterday, and not yesterday, sorry, the day before. I had the first phone call at 1:30, and then it was confirmed at like 5 o'clock on day before yesterday, whatever day, Monday. Yeah, Monday. It was confirmed at 5 o'clock on Monday, and then by the following morning, I thought, right, I need a car seat, I need just some bits of undies, you know, some bits of clothes and things, and like various little bits. You can get all of those within the hour, so I just went and got the bits that I needed. I had a bed, so obviously, you know, if you haven't got a bed, but even then, you can still pick up a bed last minute. But I would say things like, I found like Facebook groups really good for getting people, you know, secondhand beds and things. People are generally getting rid of stuff. eBay has been fantastic, actually. I've a few things off of eBay, and generally, like, people are getting, I think I've got a cot bed off eBay, and when I went to collect it, people like want to give you stuff. I say, oh, I'm just starting fostering, and they're like, oh, I've got a stairgate, oh, I've got this, and they like give you stuff, and it's like, oh, thanks. So yeah, definitely use those things. You don't have to go out and buy everything new at all. We went to IKEA and got a bed that was in like the bargain basement. So it was like a quarter of the price. It had a few scratches on. It was like a quarter of the price. Perfect, perfectly good bed. So we got that. And I would say what has been useful is like bundles of things on eBay. So my sister has ordered, people put up like bundles of like bedding, like boys bedroom things. So it's like she got like some curtains, a cushion, some bedding, some little pictures for the wall, a bundle for like 99p. So definitely look at bundles on eBay for like boys and girls things. I would say maybe just have one of those in of each potentially, but again, you can get them all after the fact. You would pay more for them. Expect the unexpected, and kind of just don't expect anything. You kind of just have to go with the flow with this, and I've learned that really quickly, that things change very quickly, and just not to get all caught up with it, to be quite honest. There's so many people involved in this one little person's story, various different social workers and like other various people all over the place involved in what's happening, and you're part of that big circle, and your most important role as a foster care, I would say, is you're the advocate for the child, and that's what your job is as a foster carer. It's for you to be the voice of the child. So yeah, definitely that's a big one. And record everything. It depends on, I'm assuming it all will be the same in various different ways, but each LA will have their own way of doing things, each local authority, or if you're with an independent foster agency, they will all have their own way of doing things. But I assume that you're going to all have some sort of daily recording. Get everything down, definitely. Anything that happens, anything that may be useful for another member of this big team that is looking after this child, get it all down there. and be factual about it. Don't put opinions down there, just add facts of, you know, this happened, he ate a banana, he was sad, he was crying. Be factual about it, not what you think is happening. Don't look too much into it, and just put the facts down on that paperwork. I think the biggest piece of advice is that you're probably going to need to use your support network, and I hope that you have a support network, whether that's you have family or friends around you, people that you can call, people you can message or whatever. Or if you haven't, there is Facebook groups. There's a Foster Carers UK group that I'm a part of that's really helpful. People have got lots of good advice. There will be some support groups in your area. I know there was one actually today that I was going to attend before I got this new foster child, but then honestly I was so tired this morning, and I got the child to school and I was like, let's go home and have a little sleep. I didn't go and have a sleep, I've done work, but couldn't have attended a support group. But yeah, there are those things out there, and I would say definitely utilize them as and when you can, and as and when you need them. And also your social worker, hopefully you have a good social worker. Your social worker is there for help and advice. Use them. Use anyone that you can use, to be honest. I haven't made any notes on this, it's just as they're coming to me. One I would suggest, if you have your own children, like I said, my son is 14, make sure that they're not feeling excluded. Like, he's pretty self-sufficient, my son, in the evenings and stuff, but just make sure that, like, last night was the first night with the foster child, and so it was quite a crazy night. But make sure that you're making the time for your own children so they don't feel pushed out, especially if you're in a situation like me where it's just been myself and him for almost 13 years probably. It's a big change to have another child who obviously needs a lot of love and attention from me, but it's important to not let your own child suffer with that, and to make sure that you give them some attention, some one-on-one attention if that's possible. Obviously right now this is day one, I haven't needed to, but you know, once the child is more settled, I can use my support network, I can use my sisters. You know, they can come and stay with the child that's in foster care with me, and you know, me and him can go off to the cinema or do something together. I think it's definitely important to make sure that you, if you can, keep doing those little things that you did do with your birth child. Definitely. I think it's probably time for me to go and pick up this little one from school. I hope he's had a wonderful day. I'm sure he has, and if I think of anything else, I will pop on and let you know. I've been and collected the little one from school. He had a good day, so that's good. We're about to sit and have tea, I think, now. I'm gonna end this here, but please do let me know if you're going through the process of fostering down below in the comments, especially if you are in the UK. Yeah, like I say, I'm very new at this. This is kind of day two is it, of my first full-time foster placement. I did a respite before for a week. And maybe I'll obviously offer you some more advice if you want to send me a private message or whatever, or leave a comment down below, and I will do my best to help you if I can, because I do know it is quite an overwhelming process to go through. And if you've been a foster carer for a while, if you have any tips or advice for me, absolutely share it down below in the comments. But thank you so much for watching, and if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. Like I said it before, I am a daily vlogger, so I will be sharing lots of little fostering bits in with my daily vlogs, so subscribe if you are interested in that. But thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.